The latency is still a little iffy.
Ever tried chasing waves before? You wanna try? Well, come on, no time like the present. I'll help you find the closest beach. Carving waves!
Is that a little better?
Let's ride!
Is that good?
Ah, Kaya, you found them.
Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa! Headquarters are packed! What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Allow me. You have Note, Captain of the Second Company. Skirion, I don't know how to say that name. Captain of the Third Company. Eula, Captain of the Fourth Company. And me, of course, Captain of the Ninth Company.
Oh, you're all captains?
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Jean!
Traveler Paimon, thank you for coming. And of course, Jean's voice is missing, too. Ah yes, that would be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine!
I can understand the confusion. You never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill whenever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on, the group of people we saw in the corridor just now. There was someone missing.
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team! But we didn't see him out there!
A keen observation, traveler. Oh, I'm saying traveler because the characters normally say traveler, not my character's name. This happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Jean, it's time. Understood. Traveler, Paimon, come with me. Please sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm. No matter what you hear, I need you to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. With Grand Master Varga away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Avonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in this case.
Oh, that's a new face! Deacon of the Church. Does that mean he works with Barba and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Albedo, what did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. Well, this escalated quickly, didn't it? The identities of the victims are still unknown. Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now the captain of the logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the Church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains. A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
I turned the volume down 5%. Is that better? For the game.
No. There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Beatrice, so is that what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind.
Well, this Archon quest got very interesting fast, didn't it?
I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body!
Oh yeah, this Archon quest escalated quickly. I didn't expect that, but you know, it's Genshin, so, you know.
Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
And Albedo's voice is missing too. We have 3 voices missing in this quest. No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
At least you speak. Most of the characters in this room are not speaking with their voices. If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw.
But when Genshin gets serious, it gets serious, by the way, so... I think there was a character who died on screen. It was like, no blood or anything, they just died on screen in Natlan Archon Quest. It made me cry so much.
I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear! Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet, no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and a captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
Diluc Rognevinder. That's his last name? That's super hard to say. Oh, okay. Please tell the court what you saw. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo disposing the body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces. This quest is super interesting so far.
We now have accounts from two separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
I would only inquire as to what Mr. Diluc was doing in the area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. That's all. Master Diluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
And this is what looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master Diluc. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here. Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So that's your angle. Alchemy? A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning, with Mr. Albedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
Oh,
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth of paramount. Is paramount. Mr. Albedo. I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know common innocence without proof isn't enough. Also, how are you enjoying my stream of the game so far? Of this quest, this specific quest. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive, or what exact method could reduce the human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
My correspondence? Oh, no. That envelope doesn't look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement? Refinement?
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation. and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
Yes, this is a very suspicious case here.
No! It can't be true!
I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Ah. Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive. On the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to his headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare!
Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what? Following in Rhine-Daughter's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse. Rosaria doesn't have her voice too. She's voiced by Elizabeth Maxwell, who's Winter's VA in Ruby, by the way. This character right here. But she doesn't have her voice right now because of the Genshin VA strike. Multiple of the voices are missing.
Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. Yes, you're needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
There was actually a Archon quest in Fontaine that was specifically about justice. Like, there is a character who oversees court proceedings called a Neuvillette. Fontaine's based on France, by the way. That's why I said Neuvillette. But yeah, they have a lot of trials in Fontaine, and it's basically pretty much just a whole court proceeding. You'll know when you get there. Go on. Now, time is like the wind. It waits for no one. Oh sure, I can begin reviewing the story. Oh yeah, I never completed Shadows Amidst Stone Storms. This should help me a little bit. You and Paimon went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange, soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced. The ransacking and theft of alchemical notes at the campsite. Albedo disappearing after a chat outside a cave but having no memory of the incident. At the same time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain attempting to lead a child away, and he attacked Eula upon being discovered. You were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. A running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant Whopperflower posing as him. Yet there were more than 2 people wearing that face on the mountain. Oh, there's Venti. Is that the character you were talking about? There's Venti. Ah, Traveler Paimon. I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So, you called us here so we could meet with Venti.
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat.
Why did you redact the message in the chat, Jay? says message redacted. That's weird. Oh, okay, I see.
After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Wait then. You know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does it better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
Oh, well, don't worry, I won't give you trouble for misspelling Venti. You haven't really seen him that much, so I understand you misspelled his name. Also, did you know that he's voiced by a female, Erica Harlacher? Yeah, most of the voices are missing because of the Genshin VA strike. So, yeah.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Well, I knew from the moment Rheinauder and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. I'll try my best to say that word. The Creighton Prince. I don't know if I said that right. A perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. Me, well, I know Albedo is a very synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
Some things I don't like about those black screens with the text is that sometimes they fade away too fast before I finish reading. I hate that so much. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh yeah, that's a nickname that Paimon calls Venti. Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Haha, well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold.
Ooh! Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty!
Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyways, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out, and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is as hard for me to accept as anyone, but Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Traveler, Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Like Jean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me, but I need you two to start investigating the case. Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Are you sure? We're just adventurers after all. As well as honorary members of the Knights of Favonius and Albedo's friends, Kaya and I already have an official involvement in this case. We need a pair of fresh eyes. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. I know you'll get to the bottom of this, Traveler. You never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you will have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the second floor. I'm counting on you.
surfboard?
Playing Genshin on PC honestly isn't that bad. I really like playing Genshin on PC.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Well, you can play Genshin on mobile, but it's very hard to. Because Genshin's a very graphic-intensive game. Alright, I have some work of my own, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya.
Well, the music got quiet there for a second. I was worried.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
There's a stack of books on the desk. I remember relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy! Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
A lockbox sits on the desk. The latch bears signs of wear, suggesting the importance of whatever lies within. The box likely remained locked most of the time. But now the lid remains wide open, as if the owner was forced to leave in a hurry and didn't have time to lock it. Perhaps the letter intercepted by the investigators was once stored here. The remaining contents shouldn't hold much weight as conclusive evidence, but you still get a strange feeling after reviewing them. In elegant penmanship, the letter reads, "In addition, I do happen to have some information on the subject of our last discussion. The materials in arcane formation required for human transmutation. The formations in these records likely originate from the Conrian art of chemia, but relevant documentation has not been well maintained over time, so I cannot guarantee there are no errors or omissions. As thanks for your past assistance, I've enclosed the records with this letter." But that does not mean I support your pursuit of this research. Ethics aside, I'm not convinced it's even possible to create a human whose existence is identical to our own. The idea that the dynamic of creator and creation could exist within the same species is cause for concern. Even with a talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution. The signature belongs to an unfamiliar name, one that appears on an alchemy book nearby. You skim the preface and learn the author is an old and accomplished alchemist. The person is likely a friend from Albedo's academic circle, someone who owed Albedo a favor, but also urged him to refrain from conducting dangerous research.
Human transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that? Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
It doesn't look good, but this letter can't directly prove that Albedo did anything. Besides, a technique like this must be too dangerous to share with the public. Right? That's why it wasn't brought up during the trial. After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer, it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk.
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo? The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the blank project, I must take advantage of this opportunity. Oh, that's nice, Jay. I hope you're having fun with your pets.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that dragon spine could be involved somehow. Hello, welcome to the chat. I'm playing through Genshin Act 5 Paralogism. If this had something to do with creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, wait, it's not Act 5. Act 4 Paralogism. I always get confused with Roman numerals. They're kind of confusing, yeah. No, that can't be. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. 2 of the marked locations correspond to the crime scenes, and the third appears to be in Dragonspine. So do I have to go to these locations then? Interesting, I think I have to go to these locations. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in that last location. Or at the very least, what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place.
I've played like 42 chapters of Honkai Impact 3rd, and those chapters were in Roman numerals, but I haven't played Honkai Impact 3rd in a while, so. Oh, hi! I didn't expect Frozen to come here. Hi, hello. I'm playing through Genshin Act 4 Paralogism right now.
We should go tell Jean what we found. Oh, Vent is calling! Let's answer!
How's the investigation going? Find anything? Genshin Impact is a open-world RPG with main story, events, open-world exploration. It has a lot of regions. It's pretty fun. Also, just to tell you, most of the voices are missing because Genshin's having a VA strike right now, so.
Oh, we found stuff alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? You share what you learned with Venti. Not promising. We should be grateful. Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Rheinauder's creations, there'd be no separating him from her past. Yeah, I do agree with you, Ruby Kabunkura in the chat. As I was playing through Amphoria's story a little bit in Star Rail, and I don't really like that it goes from the characters talking to Dunhung silence. I haven't done much of that story, so don't spoil me too much on Amphorius. As we both know, Rheinauder's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince even the closest to him of his guilt, perhaps even you. I don't think the handwriting was faked. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I don't know, but I want to.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right?
Yeah, I think Wilt and March are the only two in the Astral Express who have their voices. Because Himiko doesn't have hers either. And I don't think the female or male Trailblazer has theirs either. I'm not sure though. And yeah.
Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned. Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in a hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Yes, Genshin is similar to Breath of the Wild. I could show you. See, it's open world here. Look at all the places you can explore in the game. See, there's a lot of exploration in this game. And here's Fontaine. This is a Sumeru all right here. And here's a Natlin. And Inazuma's over here. Yeah, this game is pretty big exploration. And if you think this is big, Genshin keeps adding new areas each update, so. Oh yes, and Dragonspine is very similar to the cold mountains in Breath of the Wild. Do you see the cold meter? Oh, come on. Yes, Genshin does have frequent updates. It just showed the 5.7 live stream today. The trailer for version 5.7 is insane. Oh god, I need to find some more. Where's the fire?
We should be getting close. Oh, look over there! Something seems off.
Although everything is covered in snow, as the season adventure, you notice the spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. Oh, and what do you think of the Dragonspine music? The music is really pretty in Dragonspine. Just sit and listen to the music here. Yes, Ruby, Skirk is in 5.7. Her animations are absolutely beautiful. Oh, thank you, Jay. You'd be surprised this is my first time streaming a game. Also, I'm using my AirPods, so I'm not sure if this is... I hope the audio's pretty good, right? I didn't expect to get so many people watching me play this quest. Did an animal do this, or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
You tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
Jean is not John from Ruby. Her name is pronounced Jean. If the victims turn out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious. Hmm.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well. Ruby, most of the voice actors are missing in this quest. I'm pretty sure Kaya's, Albedo's, Venti's, Diluc's voice actor missing in this quest? There could be more, but that's... Oh, yeah, also Sucrose's voice actor's missing in this quest, too. This is what VA strikes in games do. Sadly. The fact that Paimon's VA is also getting replaced, too.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Jean is pronounced John in French? That's interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Paimon's VA is getting replaced for that reason. Not for striking. You know, the Genshin community isn't very fun. I try to interact with them as little as possible. Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Miles. Well, I guess I have to rewind 2 days later.
All the world holds dear.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Alone and unchanging.
Alright, follow me. Wait, did she say something? Ah, you two, let me know if you're ready, and we'll head out. Okay, that's what she said. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Goonhilder, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as an assessor. Miss Hertha represents the prosecution, and Mr. Kai speaks on behalf of the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Miss Hertha, you have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Oh yeah, Rosaria's voice is missing too, I forgot to mention that. Hanselman, male, 46 years old, martial status, single, occupation, hunter. Consistent with the conclusion in the last trial, his disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. Also, if Rosaria was voiced, she has the voice actor of Winter from Ruby. Elizabeth Maxwell. She's voiced by Elizabeth Maxwell. I have her. I could play her voice lines for you and you could hear it after this quest. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. DeLuke found is consistent with such an injury. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. Yes, I did put that in my VA video. Of Ruby voice actors I recognized. Therefore, we conclude that a specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master DeLuke saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too. I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master DeLuke. I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body.
Oh.
I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master DeLuke in the first place. If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
Oh, you can check my VA video, but yes, Mercury's VA is in Genshin. He voices Dainsleif. Yeah, check my VA video after my stream. Here. The evidence we found in Albedo's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. Yeah, this was the map we were shown earlier. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. You do realize that's basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. What does that mean? No. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Oh, I see. Thank you, Ruby, in the chat. Miss Herzla, you presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that. But I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easier for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious, but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? He mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, he must have something to do with Dragonspine, which reminds me of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Okay, Traveler, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you visited the third location marked on the map as well? Can you tell us what you found? You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore the markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? I love when it does this thing. Like when you have the traveler thinking about this. The second marked location is between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery, where Diluc and Albedo bury the body of an adult male. Diluc described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There's no reason for them to collude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. Yeah, the debate stuff in Star L's pretty cool too. Diluc found teeth and a femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of events because she was also there that night. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Diluc's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belonged to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness accounts suggest that Albedo was the last person to come into contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones? And does that mean that he's the killer? The third marked location is in Dragonspine. We only knew about it because we found the map in the hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow, big enough to hide a human body. There were also claw marks around the outside, but there was no body or any remains whatsoever. The first marked location is near Mondstadt, but Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. A single men's shoe and torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest that Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. Okay. Albedo marked these 3 locations on the map found in a hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, all 3 locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug in each area certainly seem big enough. But unlike the first 2 locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the 3rd location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? But why wasn't that the case in the other locations? Oh, hi, Floor. The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the 3rd location has been there longer than the other 2. Also, if my audio sounds a little weird, one of my AirPods died, so after this part, I'm probably going to end the stream. And I'll do another stream continuing the quest when my AirPods are fully charged. But if the hole at the 3rd location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Most people know Albedo as an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team. But in truth, he's the Cried Prince, a synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, Gold, Rhine-daughter. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will toward humanity, and he also seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. Dragonspine has a frigid climate and is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. I almost forgot, Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo, and we weren't the only ones. Wait a second, someone who looks exactly like him? I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. The Traveler would be speaking here, but the voice actor strike, you know. I'd like to address the court, if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Regarding the 2 cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the 3rd location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter, and it looked more like something had been dug up. If this was done by one person, why wasn't the 3rd scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the 3rd location weren't fresh, which suggests that the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there's still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, Traveler.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the 3rd location, and the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect, unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Traveler's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Hertha, and deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine. Oh. Okay, Albedo, you're just gonna confess that?
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
You're mistaken, Miss Hertha. The story doesn't end there. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine, someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead, and buried the body on the mountain, the third location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area.
Gisby Prime, you just missed Albedo confessing that he killed someone on Dragonspine. And buried the body. Yeah, Eula still has her voice. I believe Kanich did as well when I did Marwika's story quest.
If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind!
Hertha has a point, Albedo. Right here. She has a point here. If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. As someone who happens to look exactly like you... Exactly like him? So I was right, it does come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Yes, I killed someone that day. Someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. I see. Then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
Huh? Well, what's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face?
This was unexpected. She looks exactly the same as Hertha.
Hello to you, too.
This is getting weird. As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up.
Is this a fake Hertha right here? Is this Hertha not real?
You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Order in the court. I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies. The dragon, Durin. Several hundred years ago, the Dragon of the East, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle and, with help from Barbados, sealed the remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus project. Homunculus, that reminds me of that one character in The Dragon Prince that I can't say because there are people who I want to see it in the chat. I'm talking about you, Jay.
Homunculus?
The Dragon Prince is a really, really good show. I love it a lot.
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on your demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like the Hertha I know.
That means nothing! By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the albedo in this room of being an imposter!
Imposter? Yeah, it is feel like Among Us in here right now. You're right, Flory.
How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real albedo long ago! Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you... Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
The scar is right here. Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm. Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Come on, let's go!
Hey! They're shielding the imposter!
There are others trying to get in! Must be more people under her control!
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
Of course! Where's our first step? Whoa! Whew.
Hello, I am back. Oh, I can't open the map. Okay.
Let's ride! Carving waves!
That quest escalated so fast.
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Help me, please, someone help me. Fenty, it's just us.
What's with the freak out? It's just us!
I swear I did not play this quest before. Did you hear me say it's just us before I played the Paimon Online? I literally did not know that was going to be a line before Paimon said it. I predicted what Paimon was gonna say. Ah, perfect. I can drop the act. Sorry, thought you were regular citizens. Is this how you act around regular citizens, Menti? It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. I agree. Although it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's going to be pretty exhausting. I didn't do that though. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink for your trouble. Haha, just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when they're not here, you know. Monsters started surging in from Dragon's Spine during the trial. They soon became agitated. Likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that many who'd ventured there came back, different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remains of the victims to put them to rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. After we defeated that doppelganger wallflower on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? No, I do not remember because I did not finish the Shadows Amidst Snowstorms quest. And I am so disappointed I never finished that quest. I don't remember Albedo talking about that. What does Burger King have to do with Genshin? Oh, okay. I'm glad. Then you remember when I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Whopper flower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine that day. Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine. So you see, at one point there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence. But those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange, those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Durin's power remained dormant within them until, finally, it surged to the surface and seized control. That was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent, and thus we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do? We can't go
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help. We will use the power of Animo to restrain them for now. That should give the Knights of the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right? Yes, so if there are little secrets other people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourself, okay? Alright, this should do it.
Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many!
There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear, all units. What's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support.
Requesting assistance at the side gate.
Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
You didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice? Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Just a wandering bard calling for help. Thank goodness, Traveler, Paimon, and Albedo found me. Got me out of a tough spot. Heh. Alright, now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other areas. Thanks, friend. May the Animal Archon protect you. I've got things covered here. Oh, what's this shot? It's almost 1 a.m. for you, Flory? It's like 2:47 a.m. for me right now. But, see ya. Yeah, that was a pretty cool camera trick. I love when they do perspectives like that. It's cool. I don't like being in the middle like this, especially on a bridge. Oh, look who it is. Get back. Phew, that was a close one. I suppose thanks are in order, Master Diluc. I appreciate the help. No need. I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in my way. Oh? Well, let me get out of your hair, then. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Haha, alright. Tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first trial. Ah, because of the fake Hertha? No, because of you. what did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Master Diluc, when do you think I actually get nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming. Heh, on second thought, best not to think about it.
Verdictus?
Oh, so sorry.
Time for retribution!
Don't get frostbite.
Verdictus?
Cool it.
You pay for that. Time for retribution!
Freeze. This moment will be frozen in time.
My flame has been extinguished.
They're over there! Diluc, Kaya!
The Diluc died the moment I started the voice acting part of the quest again. That was funny. If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure?
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you? We don't have to bring that up. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the other locations. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end? Haha, believe me, he had such suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet!
Thank you for trusting me and choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work, as always. Of course, stay safe. Oh, official. I love this perspective it's doing with the camera right now.
Let the show begin. Let's dance.
All right, you should be on the mend.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara.
Barbara's voice is missing too.
Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out to the front line, are you? You're still injured?
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front lines, so I'll escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you, then, Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all of this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing for this for a really long time. So I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be. Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara? No, not at all. Did you need something? I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt. Attacks and fighting, so I need you to take care of yourself. Huh? How do you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It had something to do with Dragonspine, and he's our authority on that region, so we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So the city's going to be in danger? Yes, but the Knights of Favonius will do whatever we can to protect the people. But then, who will protect you? Don't worry, I'll look out for myself. I promise. Please let them be okay out there. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Ah, of course. Coming. Amber's voice is missing too. They're here, prepared for battle. On guard, everyone. Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. Looks like we got 25 Helitrils, 2 Blazing Axe Mitatrils, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that. Oh, and so is Mika's voice missing. Oh well, now you get to hear their voices. Because the combat lines have been recorded for well, because the combat lines aren't new lines, so.
Cover fire! Now's our chance!
Let it rain! can't keep up with...
Engaging!
Get him! I'll race you there!
You had your chance. Let's keep going, team.
Bet you can't keep up with me! No one escapes my sights! Get him!
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Oh, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, that's quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you, and you're none the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was so worried. Same here. I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So you didn't know, Amber? Then it seems Eula did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. That sounds like Eula, alright. She's like an impenetrable wall. That one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure! She's someone you can really count on!
Are you enjoying the stream, Jay? I didn't expect so many people to come here when I've never streamed Genshin before.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best with someone well-known and reputable without being too high profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. Ah, so that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right through our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed it to be credible. And the imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on the night patrol route claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
Oh, you should hear the music in the other regions. The music in this game is absolutely phenomenal. I love it so much. It's one of the games with the best soundtracks I've ever heard, other than Skyward Sword and Star Rail and Honkai Impact and Wuthering Waves and Infinity Nikki. All those games have really beautiful music. Zenless Zone Zero, I have yet to hear super peak music, but I'm sure there is some in that game too. Yes, and our enemy was more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So, we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we need to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
Yeah, I agree.
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're thinking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know that I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in disguise, and if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut, and I'd be seen as a murder. Credit where credit is due, it was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed, and I have you to thank for that, Traveler. You probably don't know it, but you've been a part of the plan since the beginning. Me? But I didn't even know there was a plan. And for that, you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return for Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend the trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. The fake Hertha, Subject 2, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. Albedo's right. You were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. And please, don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The honorary knight and Paimon will always be friends in Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aw, that means a lot.
Thank you for thinking of me. It was an honor to take part. It is us who should be thanking you, honorary knight.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
What are the optional options here? Diona's not voiced either? Ugh, these darn things are more annoying than disgusting booze hounds. Albedo, traveler, if you run into anyone who needs a safe place to wait this out, feel free to send them to the Cat's Tail. I'll be here to watch over things, so the tavern will be safe. Thank you, Diona. We'll be sure to do just that. Well, of course I'm gonna do all the optional parts of this quest. I want to experience everything.
Gotta say, when I saw you on the side of the road, I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
Bennett's voiced, at least. So there's one Mondstadt character that's voiced. Oh, and here's the... Bennett shares a voice actor with a character in Ruby. I need to look up which one, if I remember. Oh wait, no, Christina V. So she shares a voice with Robin Hill in Ruby. Bennett's voiced by Christina V.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to run away, but I just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious. Thought I could at least land a surprise hit on a monster that way.
I get it. That's a pretty common tactic. Oh, Traveler, Albedo, you're here!
Jay, since you're watching the stream, I'm sure you can hear Robin's voice from Bennett. If you're looking for somewhere safe, head to the Cat's Tail. Diona is sheltering people there. Anyone who needs help is welcome.
Got it. I'll take her there right away.
I think Linny's VA is the voice actor of Leonardo Lionheart. Yeah, there's a lot of VAs I recognize. They're mostly from Genshin or the Hoyoverse games.
Let's ride!
Let's see if Razor and Lisa are voiced. Oh, I have to fight enemies.
Lupercal, it's you. Burst forth!
Oh, well, you get to hear Albedo's voice now. From the combat.
It's my great undertaking. Come into being.
No, police's voice is not here. Phew, it's been a while since I unleashed my lightning during Windbloom.
It happened a lot before?
Oh, well, Razor's voice is here, so at least I'm not. Razor's voice is here. Unleashing lightning on people. Haha, no. Once in a while, maybe. It sure feels good to let loose, though. My old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course, I made sure to emphasize that I always treat others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's ways, after all, and mine was a gentle old man from the Spontamod school. So you see, this time I only used gentle methods of electrocution, so gentle, even Jean would have no reason to intervene.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
You seem to be in good spirits, Miss Lisa. Oh, well, it's good to move about every once in a while. One more optional objective to do, and then I continue. And then I go to the Mondstadt side.
Need a surfboard?
Burst forth. Come into being. Burst forth.
Leave it all to me.
Feel this ancient power. Live! Come into being.
I must leave no stone unturned. As a good knight should.
Oh, Noelle's not voiced. Thanks for the help. That was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have places to be, so don't let me keep you. Rest assured, I'll keep the people around here safe. Be careful out there. I know victory will be ours. And now I have finished the optional parts of this section of the quest. So now I will go to Mondstadt's side gate.
Off we go. It's all my fault. I knew Clea was fast, but disappearing like this? I only lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Explain what?
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
We're providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you need to explain? You can tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah! Plus, we kinda already heard what you said, so...
Wait, what I didn't know about Crow and Summer sharing VAs with Zenless Stone Zero voice actors. I didn't know Crow and Summer shared VAs with Lycaon and Colada. Just tell us, there's nothing to be afraid of. I did know about... I think they might be for the new ones, since Colada and Lycaon just got a new VA to replace the ones. Oh, okay, so they're new VAs. Okay. Wait, Colada's voice actor got replaced? I actually liked her voice actor.
Klee, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I really liked Colada's backstory with her father in Zenless. And I am not caught up with Zenless story, so don't spoil anything for me. I see. Please don't beat yourself up. Klee is...
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Alright, fighting for conversation later.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second.
Klee is known for speed, don't worry, she's a knight in her own right. She can protect herself. Oh, there you are. Klee's here to help. Yeah, Klee doesn't have a voice. See, kids are fast on the feet.
Those bombs. I see what you mean. She's not to be underestimated.
Feel this ancient power.
Shut her! Vengeance will be mine!
Yeah, Klee's voice is also missing. Great work, Klee. I'll be counting on you to protect Eula next time, too.
Albedo, you can't be serious!
No problem, just leave it to Klee. Are you going on patrol, Mr. Albedo? Klee heard you went camping for a few days, and these monsters followed you back home?
Camping? Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
That's right, so I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure Eula will be grateful if you escorted her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
It would be an honor. Klee will do her best.
Faster!
That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare injury-wise? Good. Our preparations paid off. Injuries are few and far between. I have the full record here. Wonderful. I'll review in a bit.
We're back!
Everyone all right?
Amber?
Yep, right as rain. We're back. Klee kept Miss Eula safe the whole way. That's amazing, Klee. Eula was lucky to have you. Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back, Master Jean. Mission complete. Good to have you back safe and sound, and great work, everyone. This operation could not have happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will, but believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Ah, yes, of course. We can talk about it back at headquarters. Traveler and Paimon should be there too. Alright, everyone who has finished their work should head back to their headquarters or to the church to get some rest. Wanna come with us, Klee? We can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Yes, yes. Hi, everyone. Venti, thank you for everything. I know that there were difficult moments along the way. Oh well, wait, does that mean you saw me running for my life? Ah, no, apologies, just forget I said anything. Ha ha ha, just kidding. But you're right, it was tough out there. I almost lost my hat to the wind several times. Any notable information on the wind? Of course. I was out on the city wall for quite some time and heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up on anxious voices and a child's anger. Durin has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing Subject 2's emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about his world and his existence, including the fact that he's no longer Mother's only child, or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response are quite genuine and, dare I say, human. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child Mother needs. This mindset arose out of Durin's instinct to compete and survive, and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacks social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
That same feeling. It's close. Oh, the music just cut out. Oh, Miss Fonya, here to make your report?
Oh, nothing much to report, actually.
Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction? And why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent the message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagine you missed those as well, because you're under Durin's influence, and you have been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his powers soon. Oh, I got an achievement. Alright, the others are looking after Fonia. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
What happens next is more of a personal project. I consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tripartite conference. Ah yes, that's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varga came up with the idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me asking the lovely ladies of the Hexen Circle for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I'd have thought he was talking about his older sisters or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's not old either. He's the type to crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. Anyways, the Tripartite Conference is a gathering of 3 parties. The Hexen Circle, the Animal Archon, and the joint forces of the Knights and Church of Favonius. Lord Barbados was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own, so I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you would. Of course, traveler. Pass me your Dodo communication device.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Hold on, that's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Barca? Grandmaster? Oops, I put in the wrong number. Sorry, Barca, you're probably busy right now.
But considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
I didn't expect to hear Varka in this quest. Ah, yes, well, have fun with that. We can talk some other time.
Alright, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Don't tell me he hid it beneath the great tree of Windrise. That seems like a bit much.
Hello? Who is this?
Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
You're really gonna tease me like this? Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
You still remember the tripartite conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He asked for our meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, captain of the Knights of Avonius investigation team, requests a formal meeting with the Hexen Circle.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no, but in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Be right where? Here, as in this office?
Hello again, everyone.
Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you've turned yourself into a giant Dodoko.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice of you.
Huh, I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there.
Let's ride! Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere.
Hey, not so loud.
Minnie Turin? What are you doing here?
Oh, Minnie Durn is back from the summer quest. Well, actually, I've kind of been helping you guys in secret the whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during the battle, but you floated away too fast. Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now, but I kept myself out of sight. Thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Oh yeah, that was kind of unexpected that Alice appeared as a giant Dodoko. Thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
I did sneak off to the festival for a bit. Even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people, I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragonspine. I'm gonna be the one who was revived and brought into this world.
Wait, didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Sorry, I should be more specific. Albedo said he can use alchemy to turn me into a human.
What?
Human transmutation? So you're Albedo's intended subject. Yeah, he's been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
I don't know if want is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer to in a situation like this. But I do know this. I have just as much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose to the other Durin. I know, Albedo talked to me about that. He said the Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. But Mom created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like. If I can still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning, and suppressing an evil dragon, becoming human, both sound pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry, no one is forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know. Albedo told me the Kryden Prince a synthetic human, and if this works, I'll be one too. He's the Kryden Prince. We will only be the only two of our kind in this whole world. Alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. Yeah, Mini Durin is really cute. He was in the summer event quest. The last one. Which was in a world with paper creatures and little tin guys, like, toy guard guys. Oh, it was in this event quest. If all living things are grouped together by species, and there's only one other person like me in this world, I guess that makes us family.
Definitely! You've just gotta trust one another!
Not as dark, though. Not as crazy as the Ever After, though. And it was like there were paper animals. And toy guards. It's not as crazy as the Ever After, though.
Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hack Guy know about this?
Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fill this, duty. He didn't try to stop me. Just told me to get a move on then. He didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. Anyways, I'm really glad I got to talk to you at a time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks.
Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
Oh, what do you think of the music in this area? So, no unspoken rules to be aware of? I don't want to unwittingly park myself down on some important lady's chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate. Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there really would be no one around us to lead the Knights of Favonius.
All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. Huh. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
I'll get right to the point. I intend to kill the evil Durin and Dragonspine.
Oh?
And I'd also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Hexen Circle.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First would be the flesh of the immortal monster from the Mare Javari.
Interesting. What else?
The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, Rhindaughter.
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life?
Correct. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away, or millennia, but the day will come. I spent years investigating the Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt at less than half of his original strength. There is no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever regained his full life force. Hence, if we want to be free from the dangers posed by his blood and limitless vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. So the solution is to kill him and then resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Klee and I visited a fairy tale world called Simulonga. That's the place I was talking about. I was talking about Simulonga earlier. That's what I was talking about earlier. It was created by mages from the Hexen Circle, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course! It was even the home of one of M's children the other day. Oh, I see.
It was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durin would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul M had created, and I knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for the transmutation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Simulonga. The blood from the original dragon's heart. And the monster remnants from the mare Javari and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the heightened vitality of the monster remnants will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. A powerful side effect can be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the results are sure to be nothing short of astounding.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child.
Well, to be fair, my AirPods keep dying. I think my left one died again, so I need better headphones if I were to stream more. Because I need headphones that won't die like twice in the stream.
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them, and so you must pass the Hexen Circle's trial.
I understand. I figured something like this might happen. That's why I asked Traveler to come along. Wait, I'm joining you in this thing? Haha, I can't think of a better partner for such an endeavor.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Aunt Alice has always loved a spectacle. Any chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
What? Why?
The Hexen Circle trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Oh, by the way, if you don't know who this character is, she's basically a witch part of this organization called the Hexen Circle, and she's Clee's mom.
Okay, you can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Then let me make a formal request. Will you go through this trial with me? Are you ready, traveler?
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Cutscene. We got a cutscene. Well, that was a little bit of animation there, so not a cutscene though. It's certainly in keeping with Hexen Circle's modalities. Yeah, it is kind of like that one Volume 9 episode. Except there aren't any pieces on the one side Albedo and the Traveler are on. We've been shrunken down to chess piece size. Yes, this is exactly like Rude, Red, and Royal from Ruby Volume 9. Exactly like that episode.
Whoa, you're so tiny now! Take extra care of yourselves, okay?
What is it? Nothing, it's just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual now. I'm this size. She's always so energetic and lively. Nothing can dampen her spirits. Don't worry, you'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you'd be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test?
Although Alice is nicer than the Red Prince. Way nicer than the Red Prince.
I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
Burst forth!
Stop that!
Feel this ancient power! Come into being! Come into being!
This is more like it.
Feel this ancient power! Come into being! Live!
This is more like it.
Feel this ancient power!
Henry! Carving waves!
Coming to be! Moment of birth!
The show This way for you!
Inazuma shines eternal! Ha!
I'm flying! You can't get me up here. Feel this ancient power.
That's up!
Moment of birth.
Is there forth?
Witness my great undertaking.
You should present a united front.
I see everything! Let's ride! Let's shred, Sharky! Oh!
Witness my great undertaking.
Let's have a ball. Everyone.
Live!
On to oblivion!
Witness my great undertaking.
There is no escape!
Grow, grow, grow!
It had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me. Well done, but this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are. The trial awaits. Only by turning the world on its head can we see its true colors. So, it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to ride. So, in the spirit of Ryan, Doctor, a little surprise for you. To thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me, Barbara Trismegistus, to you.
It is time to slay our foes!
You're always ceremony and delightful. Unlike my own student, she comes to be with great
Feel this ancient power.
The show begins! Everyone hold hands!
Shine down!
Oh, it's all getting rather dreary.
dreary.
Allow me, my darling.
Feel this ancient power.
Ow!
Burst forth. Moment of birth. Live!
There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
And now, witness my great undertaking! Turn the bomb!
Check this out!
The tidal chorus sings for you!
Shine down! How dare you!
Live!
Let us dance, my dearest.
Try to remember the steps this time. Moment of birth.
Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion!
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power. Come into being.
Oh, this is
There is
all
no
getting
escape.
rather dreary.
Allow me, my darling.
Moment of birth.
Ow! A little The curtain call has arrived.
Let the world collide!
Feel this. Ancient power.
Yes, very well done.
Hello, I'm back. I'll add my AirPods to charge for a bit.
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest.
Alright, why do I hear echoing on the audio right now? It's kind of weird. Jay, can you help me please? I'm hearing echo on the audio. Would you be able to help me fix that?
Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
You're just going to be?
Do you know how to fix the echoing on the audio of the game? Because the audio's echoing so hard right now.
You'll have to forgive Barbara, love. She's always on the move, and she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory, and so am I. Congratulations to you both.
Monitor and output is on for the game capture. Are you able to hear the game still, though? I can't put it on output only, I can only put it on monitor only. Well, the audio was only echoing once I connected my AirPods, so maybe I disconnect them and then reconnect them.
You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
Okay, disconnecting and reconnecting my AirPods fixed the issue. It's not echoing anymore. That was weird.
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Thank you. Felt pretty good to beat the trial. Once you've rested up, let me know when you're free, and we'll head to Dragonspine.
To deal with the Dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Indeed, the sooner we deal with Durin, the better. take a moment to appreciate how pretty the Dragon Spine music is. Like, this is beautiful. Oh, thank you for staying in the stream for the whole time, Jay. Appreciate it.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice. You sure? Is it warm in there?
Lower? Where am I supposed to go lower? Oh, I see. It's right here. Oh, that looks concerning. Oh, that looks concerning. We've arrived. Sorry, Paimon. I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Leave it to me, you two. Stay on guard.
May Paimon ask a question?
You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an alchemical perspective, we're both artificial creations, but biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So to say we are kin would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
It's not so much a matter of preference. Rather, as things stand, I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category thereof. But then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique thing among humans. I'm the only one of my kind. But soon there will be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you they intend to replace the Durin of Dragon Spine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one. But I understand why he came to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood is in the broadest sense. This project deals with both the past and future, and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That, primarily, is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I am just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life which the world cannot generate endogenously is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life in attacking a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It is not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. That is the path I walk. Of course, that's not to say that this is just a science experiment to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights of Villainies. Bless me, sorry. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Well, enough. Thank you. Finished.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart!
The whole heart would be too big. I don't need that much. Instead, I just remove the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
I really loved this quest so far, by the way. It's really good. Which is why I can't wait for how incredible the next Traveler quest is going to be, because I've seen the 5.7 trailer and it looks really cool. Oh, and don't worry, I did enter the live stream codes, even though I did not finish watching. I did not watch the whole live stream. But the trailer looked really cool. The Knights will keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on the citizenry and creating a new Durin through alchemy are one and the same thing. Armed with the heart, I'll be able to complete the alchemical array and deal with all these issues in one go.
This weather makes me want to lay down and catch some rays. Perfect sunbathing conditions.
Let's ride!
Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure! We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt's a lively place during the Windbloom Festival. You should take a look around and pick out some nice souvenirs for yourself.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom star is gonna be this time. Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
I'm sure we'll find out on the day of.
The most important part of going out. The Windbloom Festival is about to begin! Let's go check it out! Let's ride!
Oh, by the way, after I showed you the map near the beginning of my stream, what did you think of the size of Genshin's map?
time, Master. Need a surfboard?
As you will know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Mondstadt banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Oh, wait till you hear the music in Natlin and Fontaine and Sumeru. The music is so good. But right now you've just heard the music around Mondstadt because of where I'm doing this quest. The music is so good in this game. Accordingly, we would like to award the title Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but whose keen insights played a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirits, and they were a great support to us all. Let us give a round of applause for this year's Windbloom Star, Venti the Bard.
Wow! Amazing!
Venti!
Huh? No way, you're really gonna pick me? Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. Alright, does this mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they'll be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom Star. If you'd like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. Aha. In that case, let me swap out the speech for a song. Everyone, the best bard in the land is about to begin his performance. So don't go away, gather round and lend me your ears. Another cutscene! Whoa! I hear my exercise for whatever that said. This cutscene is really cool. Ambiguous earth, refined fire, fortifying wind. Traverse the 18th worldly and 20th passage. Emergent soul, enter the mortal realm. O sages, witness my grand endeavor. Yeah, this cutscene's really cool. Oh? Oh? that character looks really cool. The human form of him looks really cool.
Albedo, how did everything go?
Very smoothly, I'd say. We achieved our goal.
Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
Correct. However, his newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. I graciously accept the compliment. It's really is rather remarkable what we've accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I think she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
My name, my master and mother, Gold, Rhindaughter. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with the instruction to complete a task of monumental importance, to find the truth of the world. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time, I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting a life. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me, and get to know other people. Life is the space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So, for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves!
Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's the message she wanted to get across to me. Still, I found this whole series of events has given me new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choices a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the events of the last few days as something out of a nightmare, but for me, it's just part of my family life. I fear that the carefree existence my brother has enjoyed this far will now come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into the world and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She's highly unusual. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around the family store, others around the farm. In my family, I suppose we tend to the flower beds. And now, I'm a gardener too. As long as you feel like you've gained something from the experience. Master never showed her face, but if the Hexen Circle knows what I've done, that means she knows as well and gave her approval. Since devouring Naburius, it would seem she has finally found a modicum of peace. And if so, then I'm truly happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know.
Devouring Naburius? What's Naburius?
It's the name of the ruler of life.
What?
Aunt Alice told me about it not too long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is that this, Naburius, is not God. Instead, because of Master's actions, she and Naburius are now one. In Any case, thank you so much for your help during this ordeal and for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Paimon took the words right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along this sentiment when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report!
Thank you. I'll get going.
Wow, this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, Paimon almost forgot! If the Windbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Windbloom gonna be?
Wanna take a guess?
Venti! You're back!
Well, I couldn't keep my two dear friends in the dark about this year's Windbloom now, could I? What do you think of the Cecilia? It's quite fitting. The true feelings of the prodigal son, a sentiment as sweet and warm as gentle spring breeze, perfect for the season. Traveler, give me your hand. Mages are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass their trial. Albedo received the materials he sought, so you deserve something in return as well. The Hexen Circle wants you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind, a secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you, so no need to open it right away.
Wow! A gift and a mystery all in one! The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
According to the sender, you are probably the only person who could make use of something like this, so I suppose it belongs with you. Well, all I did was deliver it, although I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal. I suppose a reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Really? I'll hold you to that, you know? No going back on your word.
Of course, Dad! Let's go to the tavern right now!
Haha, music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like this festival was made for me or something. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set a soul free. Through shadows so cold, he sought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows. Thus wistfulness waned and faded into night as he stepped from the darkness and into the light. I finished the quest. Well, that's it for my stream. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and I will see you if I decide to stream again. Bye.